Right, I am surrounded by stuff at the minute. So, I went to Smith's today and I picked up this, the classic Supersonic figure. 2.5-inch figure. Yeah, this was £6, and the only reason I got it is because they've had them in for ages, so basically I was just leaving it until then, and I noticed they were starting to, they still had about, I think about 6 of these in, but they were starting to finally, some of them were starting to finally run out of stock of them. So I thought, now's the time to buy. I missed out on getting, I never got the Amy, the Silver, or the Super Shadow. And I remember seeing a Smiths that had the Super Shadow, and I didn't buy it at the time. Yeah, I might see it again at some point, who knows. I also went to a charity shop where I got an opened blank cassette for 20p, but I also got a sealed blank cassette for 20p. Yeah, this is a sealed TKD 90, it's only a Type 1, unfortunately. But yeah, for 20p, cannot argue with that, especially the prices on them now. But there was something else at this charity shop that caught my eye, and as soon as I saw it, I had to have it, and it was 50p. And I remember my mum thought, why the fuck did you buy that? But Shrek 2 on DVD, except this is a bootleg. This is a bootleg of Shrek 2 because on the back as well, there's 2 other films: Confessions of a Teenage Drama Queen and The Big Bounce widescreen edition. Yeah, that's on the other side. Shrek 2's on this side again, widescreen edition. I think there's only a widescreen. I don't remember there being a version that isn't widescreen. And yeah, interesting Photoshop there. Kind of feel a bit like Ashing. Is there anything on the other side? Is it just... No, it is. Okay. But yeah, unfortunately there's no funny blurb and that to read or anything like that. But yeah, this was 50p. And the DVD itself, rated 15, presumably because of the other films. I just noticed this is number 38 of something. Okay. But yeah, if we look at that, it's just a blank DVD, rated 15, and then just all the films there just listed there. But it is a DVD-R. I have no idea whether this works or not. Whether this will actually work or not. Ooh, it's a bit dirty. I don't know. But what I'm going to do is I am going to pop this DVD into my laptop here, and I'm going to screen record it, and we're going to see what the picture quality looks like, and I'll play a short snippet of audio. But yeah. I think the ones on the back must be actual DVD covers because they do have the DVD logos in there. And then Shrek, I don't know because it's... I don't know, it might be a cam recording. Ooh. But yeah, let's have a look at it. Okay, so let's open up the DVD and we'll put the DVD in, and we'll see if... Actually, I'll give it a bit of a clean first. Give it a quick clean, and we'll see if it actually plays. So, I haven't seen anything with this yet, so we'll see if it actually loads. It does? No, I don't know. So it seems to be loading. We've got no audio. Okay. Care and handling. What is that? These discs have been thoroughly tested to ensure the maximum compatibility with the widest range of players, including the PS2 and Xbox consoles. If you encounter a problem with one of our discs, please contact your supplier. Unlike other factory-pressed CDs... So is this a CD? Is this a CD, actually? No, it's clearly a DVD, because it's showing up as a DVD, and it's 3.75 gigs. So, yeah, it's clearly a DVD. Both recordable CDs and DVDs are very sensitive to scratches, fingerprints, etc. To avoid any problems, please handle the discs by their outer edge to ensure that the placement labeling discs is not recommended. This can cause scratch. Okay. Enjoy your film. Alright, I'm going to mute this just in case there's any audio. Oh, look, it tells you the racing. And God, this looks so bad. This does look so bad. This film picks up right where the first movie ended. Shrek and Fiona return from their honeymoon to find a letter from Fiona's parents inviting the newlyweds over for dinner. The only problem is that they have no idea that their daughter is now an ogre. When the fairy godmother discovers Fiona and Shrek are married, she reminds the king about a deal they arranged on years ago that Fiona have married Prince What? Hang on, let me read that again. Okay, so Shrek and Fiona are married. When the fairy godmother discovers Fiona and Shrek are married, she reminds the king about a deal they agreed on years ago that Fiona should have married Prince. Okay. Top class animation, DreamWorks team, and a. Okay, so this is clearly just a review. 1 hour 29. This doesn't look too bad, actually.
Be welcome at the country club.
Will you stop it? They're not like that.
And the audio doesn't sound terrible either.
Come on. You could at least give them a chance.
Oh, to do what? Sharpen their pitchforks?
No. They just want to give you their blessing.
I don't know if it's the audio what, but the lip syncing seems ever slightly off on the audio, and I don't remember it being like that at all. But yeah, in terms of the quality, I mean, it's not a DVD quality. It is compressed, but it just looks like this is probably a DVD clone or something like that. It doesn't look awful. I mean, it looks bad, but I have seen much worse than this.
It's gonna have to come up with something smarter, that's all.
Pardon? Everything is accounted for, fairy god.
I mean, the audio is still a bit compressed, but not awful. Yeah, it's not awful, and all the text is still readable. Let's have a look at the other films. I've never seen this film, so I have no idea. Ooh. I don't.
But if I see something even slightly wrong, I'm coming in. You know, I really like parties.
Thanks, Dad. And could you lay low?
Yeah, this one's... Okay, so... That one, I don't... What film was that? What film was that again? Confessions of a Drama Queen, and... This one, The Big Bounce. Oh, I accidentally clicked on the calendar.
Something else.
Like what?
Let's do something that makes the sex better afterwards.
Yeah, it seems like... It's a weird, I don't know anything about the Drama Queen or the Big Bounce, but, one of them is clearly a 15, and clearly I think it's the Big Bounce. I don't know about Drama Queen, I have no idea. But putting Shrek 2 along with that as a multi 38, so is this the 38th in them? Yeah, interesting. It's just a bit odd. I just find it, quite frankly, it's a bit odd. But yeah, it's not terrible. Sorry, everyone. I thought it'd be I thought we'd get a gem in awful video and audio quality, but unfortunately, while it is bad, it's not like the absolute horrific bad. Like I have seen versions of Shrek 2 online on various websites of Shrek that have Shrek 2 on there that are in much worse quality than that. Much worse. So yeah, it wasn't abysmal. It wasn't abysmal. But still, the packaging of that is nice. So yeah. Actually, nice. It's a bootleg. So was interesting. I don't normally buy bootlegs. But when I saw it was Shrek 2, and it was the spine skating out that gave me the clue about it immediately. Just like I had to get that. If I ever see any more, I will get. Although seeing that is more of a rare occurrence because a lot of charity shops now are getting a bit more picky with what they're keeping on the shelves because they don't want things to take up stuff on the shelves. I've noticed. Anyway, so yeah. Okay, so it's the 15th of December, and I've had to cut the initial bit of showing the box because it was just too awkward to get on camera. But anyway, I can just show the item itself now, so yeah, this is what I got. Now, it doesn't come with a remote. For me, not a big deal. I'm going to put that down, it's heavy. Not a big deal because, for one, I won't really use the remote, and two, I've got some other remotes like this one, which I'm hoping may work with it. If not, to be honest, I probably wouldn't use my amplifier. This isn't even the remote for my amplifier, but it's just the one I use for all my various Sony devices because they all tend to just work with the same remote. But yeah, this is a Sony. What's the model number of this? A Sony TCWE475 twin cassette deck. Now, the reason I bought this is the current deck I have. In fact, let me take the camera off and I'll actually show you it. So, this is my current deck. In fact, I've got two here. This one is my recording deck, and the reason it's my recording one is basically because this one has Dolby HX Pro and Dolby B and C. So yeah, it's a better deck than this one, but this is my main playing deck. In fact, I was listening to this earlier. But yeah, the only thing about it is that it's starting to get to the point where I'd have to swap the belts out and that. And also, you might notice my amplifier here. So yeah, this is the amplifier I got towards the start of the year. I think it was, there we go, I think it was March, April time. But yeah, I saw this cassette deck, and this is the one that goes with it. You can see the button on that, same style and everything. But yeah, and also it has a control option and that as well, but I don't know whether I'll use it or not, but I think I should be able to hook it up to the same system, hopefully. But yeah, both these decks are auto-reverse, which is nice. And also, this has Dolby B and C HX Pro. Basically, everything I could want. So yeah, I might even use this for recording. Let's have a look. Let's have a look at those heads, actually, get the light out. Yeah, they look pretty good. The mechanisms we use I think in these decks we're using various Sony like decks and even mini hi-fis and stuff. But yeah, I just got that. The Solar Sedix works perfectly fine. The reason and I paid, it was £48 on best offer. I put in a best offer of £37 and they accepted it with free postage. Hooray! But yeah, apart from a couple of cosmetic scratches there and a few on the top, which, although other than that, it looks really good condition. Like, apart from like a very minor one on the front and a very minor one on the top, it looks pretty damn good. The only thing I don't like about this deck that I do prefer about the other one is the cassette door windows. On this one it's only a little slit. On the other one it's got, you know, nice big windows, which is something I prefer. But I'll be honest, yeah, I can still at least see them at least, which is something I like to see, which is also one of the reasons why I don't use the Kenwood drawer loading one, and that one is just purely my recorder or backup one. Now, I've had to think about what to do with that deck, the one I'm going to be replacing with that one, and basically I'm not going to sell it. I'm not going to sell it, and I'm just going to keep it as a spare deck for two reasons. One is because, you know, these are becoming more and more expensive by the day, and in fact there was a load of these listed on eBay for much more than I paid for this one. Much more. They were in the £80 to £120, and then there was ones that came with the remote, and those ones are just stupid amounts of money, which, yeah, as I said, I probably won't need the remote. I've had a look at the remote, and yeah, hopefully I won't need it. But as I said, if I don't, then not the end of the world or anything like that. So yeah, what I'm going to do now is spend the next, hopefully it won't take too long, maybe 15 minutes. I'm going to give myself a generous 15 minutes to swap out the decks and that, which is going to be a bit of a juggling process. I might need to ask one of my family members to hold up the amplifier and that, just so I can slot the new one in. But yeah, well, you know, hopefully not. And I think it'll nice match and that as well. I did also see someone selling the CD player, and I've also spotted someone selling the mini disc player. Neither of which I'm really interested in. Maybe I might get them at some point, I don't know. But yeah, let's put it all in, and we'll see how good or bad it looks. Alright, so here it is. Also, I'm wondering whether this actually works with a remote on its own. I think it needs to be connected to a CD player or part of a system. But yeah, there we go. They match pretty well, and they both fully work. But yeah, and both decks work. Gave them a quick clean. So yeah, I'm going to have to move all this back and that out the way. But yeah, overall, very happy with it. Couldn't have asked for anything better, really. And just noticed that switch to Dolby B should be switched off. There we go, with that cassette. But yeah, there you go. And also, quick little tip. So this is just obviously a cotton bud. This is actually a Johnson's one. But quick tip for when you're cleaning them. If you don't have isopropyl alcohol, which I don't have any at the minute, just use some hand sanitizer. Just use a little bit of that. Make sure it's the one that generally is a higher consistency. This one's 70%, which should be enough. And a tiny bit of that will generally do, but that one was pretty clean anyway. So, but yeah, works perfectly fine, and happy that all sort of nicely fixed together. So, yay.